चेयरमैन श्री अनूप कुमार मित्तल जी, ये प्रशिक्षण का महानिर्देशक डॉक्टर राकेश अग्रवाल जी, आज का इस शुभ अवसर पर आए हुए सभी अधिकारीगण, कर्मचारी मित्रों, बहनों और भाइयों, मैं सचमुच में बहुत आनंद महसूस कर रहा हूँ। कारण क्या है, एक जो अच्छा काम के लिए जगह दिया, इस जगह को सदुपयोग करने का इनिशिएटिव मंत्री श्री धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी ने और उनका सचिव ने लिया है। इसलिए सबसे पहले मैं उनको अभिनंदन करना चाहता हूँ। और साथ ही साथ भाई दूसरी विषय से भी संतुष्ट हूँ। कारण क्या है, ये काम एनबीसीसी को दिया है। एनबीसीसी पहले जो मैं शहरी विकास मंत्री थे वो विभाग में आते थे, उस कारण से नहीं। एनबीसीसी इज नोन फॉर क्वालिटी एंड ऑल्सो टाइम। सो अभी मैंने मित्तल जी से पूछा इसका टाइम शेड्यूल क्या है। इसे 18 महीने में एक कौशल भवन पूरा हो जाएगा। मुझे विश्वास है उसका उद्घाटन भी उसी समय हो जाएगा। इसलिए मैं ये दोनों को, विभाग को, मंत्रालय को और एनबीसीसी को, दोनों को मैं अभिनंदन देना चाहता हूँ। अभी पूरा देश में अभिनंदन जी का अभिनंदन ही चल रहे। And I would like to join the fellow countrymen in saluting Wing Commander Abhinandan for the bravery, valor and professional integrity for displaying by him in the face of adversity. The entire family, I was just reading about this great son of this great country, grandfather, father, mother, wife, everybody are in the service of the nation. What a great contribution by this family. And he should be a shining example to all the younger generation of the country. How can a family can really serve the nation and its people? Friends, कौशल भवन का शिलान्यास करते हुए मैं भारत के स्वर्णिम भविष्य के प्रति आशान्वित हूँ। देश का भविष्य युवाओं के सपनों में आकार रहता है। उनका पुरुषार्थ ही देश की नीति तय करेगा, वही देश का संपदा है। आज इस शुभ अवसर पर मुझे अटल जी के प्रेरक कविता की पंक्तियां याद आती है। उन्होंने देश की भावी नीति के लिए नवदधीची युवाओं के पुरुषार्थ का आह्वान करते हुए लिखा था, आहुति बाकी यज्ञ अधूरा। अपनों को विद्रोह से घेरा, अंतिम जय का वज्र बनाने नवदधीची हड्डियां गलाए, आज आओ फिर से दिया जलाए। ये उन्होंने लिखा है, बहुत प्रेरणादायक है। My dear brothers and sisters, India is young, aspirational country with 65% of the Indian population below 35 years of age. 62% of our population is in the working age group of 15 to 59 years. We have a workforce of 48 crores and more than a crore join the workforce every year. This is the great demographic dividend that is available to India. Today, we have a unique opportunity. There is a huge demographic dividend waiting to be realized. The challenge is to train and upgrade youth skills levels, enable them to effectively respond to rapid changes of the 21st century. We are living in an era of LPG of not Dharmendra Pradhanji's ministry. That is liberalization, privatization, globalization, not the liquid fuel gas. We cannot afford to lose this opportunity. Skills and knowledge are driving forces of economic growth and social development of any country. We have to underline this. Skills and knowledge are driving forces of economic growth and social development of any country. Countries with higher levels and better standards of skills adjust more effectively to the challenges and opportunities in domestic and international job markets. According to the various estimates, by 2022, There's going to be about 5 crore jobs in rural business sector, retail business sector, sorry. 1.42 crores in health and wellness sector, and more than 20 lakhs in telecom sector. According to a study conducted last year, analytics and data science discipline alone, 45% of the new jobs are estimated to be available. About 65 lakh additional jobs will be created in the next 7 years in software sector, according to the recently approved Center's National Policy for Software Products. These are all opportunities. There are jobs. There are human resources. All that we need is to equip people with requisite skill sets to take advantage of new opening in different sectors. We have a demographic dividend, as I told you, and it's a boon, of course, but the challenge lies in making them skill ready. According to a report, less than 5% of our total workforce has undergone formal skill training compared to 68% in UK, 75% in Germany, 52% in USA, 80% in Japan, and 96% in South Korea. I am sure in the last 5 years, our percentage also definitely has gone up. Our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Bhai Modi, he was very keen. I was also there in the government at the time. First time in the history of the country, he took initiative to start a ministry, separate ministry for skill development and skill upgradation. That's a very positive step taken by the Prime Minister because, as I told you, you have a young population, you have greater opportunities, and you have skills available, but you have to need to skill upgrade the skills. That's why Prime Minister, with a foresight, he has started this ministry and he has put youngsters in the department. One was Raju Pratap Rudy, and then Sonawala, and then now Dharmendra Pradhan. These people are very dynamic and very dedicated, and then they are all very enthusiastic to take up this job forward. I am sure in the coming days, this ministry, which is comparatively young, will really rise to the challenges of the situation today and then try to skill up as many people are possible. My dear friends, this is a big challenge, I know, and ambitious target. We have to work in that direction. By 2022. We have to skill more than 40 crore people. It's a challenge, but I'm sure the ministry and the government at the center and state and also the private sector joining together, we can accept this challenge. We have to work in that direction dedicatedly. The opportunities are there and so also the challenges. Let us understand them and make sustained efforts to achieve targets not only by central and state government but also the private sector, as I said. Now we have 100% foreign direct investment. We have PPP model. We have seen PPP model success, how the NBCC is working with others, how the Delhi airport has come, how the Mumbai airport has come, how the Hyderabad airport has come, how the Bangalore airport has come. All these are providing opportunities. So the private sector also need to get involved in skilling the people across the country. It should not be left to government alone. सब काम सरकार करेगा, हम बेकार बैठे तो चलेगा, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. ये मानसिकता को छोड़ना पड़ेगा. ये मानसिकता को छोड़ना पड़ेगा. Now we all has to work together, accept this challenge, and then address this challenge. Our efforts over last few years have begun to bear fruits. Now in improving the economy, every prominent rating and ranking agents in the world, like Moody's, not Moody's rating, or the IMF and the World Bank, World Economic Forum, ADB, has not only commended our economic growth, but also considered our growth to be essential for overall growth in global economy. Today, we are the fastest growing economy of the world with an average growth rate of 7.3% over the last 4 years. America, Western countries, world growth is around 3%. Our powerful neighbor, China, which is strong economically, is also moving negative, 6.8%. India, our motherland, is moving at 7.1, 7.3, 7.4%. That is the story of India. So, in order to take this fast forward, we need to act together and complete our responsibilities in a dedicated and disciplined manner. India is going to become sixth largest economy in the world, is the sixth largest economy now, and we are poised to become a US 5 trillion economy in the near future, and people are saying we are likely to become the third largest economy in the world. So that is the target. And that is the target. All of us should focus our attention on that. In the last 4 years, we have been able to attract FDI worth US $250 billion. This shows the confidence of global investors have in the Indian economy. We have reached 77th position in ease of doing business, index from 140 to 214. See, earlier people used to say even to invest business means you have to talk to businessmen, people used to shy. They used to feel shy to talk to businessmen in the morning, but used to do business with them in the night. But the days have changed. Business also is a respectable profession. The government wants to engage with the business. And business also is equally important for the growth of the country. So that's why earlier people used to complain of red tape. Now the Prime Minister said it is red carpet. Whoever wants to come and invest, invest here. We are welcoming them with open arms. And that's why ease of doing. The World Bank rating of India has gone up. Ease of approvals. I was a minister in urban development. I remember 9 rounds of meetings by around 8 ministers to give clearance at the earliest without delay. That was the initiative we have taken. Now it's bearing fruits. India is now world's second largest hub of startups. 39,000 new startups have been registered during last 4 years. It is a matter of added satisfaction that 44% of these startups are registered in Tier 2 and Tier 3 towns. This indicates that the benefits of our reforms are reaching the entrepreneurs of smaller cities also. We have improved our position in almost every global economic rating and ranking in the Global Innovation Index. We have reached 57th position in 2018 from 76th position in 2014. Our startups provide viable possibilities to global investors, including the alternative investment funds that are meant for investment mainly in new business and startups. In the last 4 years, the investment through such alternative investment funds has increased 20 times to reach 80,000 crores. It indicates the confidence of global investors have in our startups. It is important to nurture the talent of our youth to disrupt the status quo and lead radical innovations aligned with our growing economic profile. We have promoted skill development as a national mission. This should become it has become a national mission. It must spread faster, wider to all areas. Empowering the youth by skill building is a powerful tool in current times. It will enhance the efficacy and also quality of work and improve productivity and growth in the future. इस स्थिति को सुधारने के लिए सरकार ने 2014 में एक अलग कौशल विभाग का स्थापना की। 15 में कौशल तथा उद्यम विकास के लिए नई राष्ट्रीय नीति का घोषणा की गई। प्रधानमंत्री कौशल विकास योजना के तहत युवाओं को प्रशिक्षित किया जाना है। It gives me pleasure to see that various initiatives and interventions of the government are empowering youth. Various programs of the ministry have ensured that training courses and modules are mapped as per the local industry requirements. I am happy to learn that more than 1 crore youth are being imparted skill training annually under various programs of the government. 56 lakh youth has been trained under flagship Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana since its inception. It has to be scaled up. Recognition of prior learning has been introduced to give formal recognition to prior informal skills and learning experience of an individual. More than 10 lakh persons have been certified under this scheme after short bridge courses. Today, we have more than 550 Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Kendras across the districts of the country, which are state-of-the-art model centers of skilling in our courses relevant to the local industries. Number of ITIs have increased by 40% in the last four years to 15,000, with the corresponding increase in seats by 56%. Student enrollment has increased by 28% during the same period. The ITIs have been asked to develop courses in accordance with industry demands. That is the requirement. Training in futuristic skills, sets like artificial intelligence, big data analytics, robotics, 3D printing is being impaired under the mission. This will help trainees to make a head start in remunerative global job market. We have amended Apprenticeship Act. The National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme has been launched to promote apprenticeship in industry. The total number of apprentices engaged increased from 2.15 lakhs in 14 to 5.5 lakhs in 2018. An important part of the National Skill Development Mission is to promote vocational education in schools. Vocational education has been introduced in more than 9,000 schools. It has to be spread to all schools. That is my experience. I remember when I was a student, we used to have a PT class, physical training. Now it is missing in most places. We used to have a craft class. Every student has to go through a craft class. That itself is a vocation. And then we used to also have a gardening class. Then we used to have along gardening class, we used to have a moral science. Now science is remaining and morals have gone. It's the time again we have to go back to our old education system and see to it that all these vocations, along with values and ethics, are also taught to our children. That is the need of the hour. इस संदर्भ में मेरा सुझाव होगा कि गांधी जी द्वारा प्रस्तावित नई तालीम से प्रेरणा ली जाए, जैसा कि गांधी जी का विचार था। नई तालीम से न केवल छात्रों का कौशल प्राप्त होगा, बल्कि उनमें मानव श्रम के प्रति आस्था पैदा होगी और सामाजिक सौहार्द और सहिष्णुता भी पैदा होगी। मेरा सुझाव ही होगा खादी और ग्रामोद्योग आयोग में माध्यम से छोटे शहरों, कस्बों और ग्रामीण विद्यालयों में खादी और ग्रामीण उद्योग में शिल्पों का प्रशिक्षण कराए जाने पर विचार किया जाए। इससे ग्रामीण और कष्टाई क्षेत्रों में बड़े पैमाने पर स्वराज रोजगार का संभावना पैदा होगा। Friends, we are an agriculture country. Agriculture is our basic culture. 60% of the population even today depends on agriculture and other vocations. So we have to see that we focus more on the rural sector. You cannot allow this urban-rural divide to go on. Gandhiji, after independence, he gave two advices. One is a political advice. I don't want to dwell on that. Political advice was, he said, disband the Congress after independence. Because Congress at that time was not a party. It was a movement. It was a platform. All people joined together to fight for independence of the country. That is achieved. So he said, disband this and start your parties. Or people disregard it. That's a different matter. I don't want to comment on that. Second is, he said, back to villages. Back to villages. But our people have shown their back to villages and moved towards urban area. Education, employment, entertainment, economic upliftment, enhanced medical facilities, everything is focused in cities. That's why everybody started moving to urban areas. Urbanization is a reality. You cannot change it now. But at the same time, you must take care of the rural people, provide them basic communities, provide them employable opportunities, provide them skill upgradation also in the rural areas. That is the requirement. Mahatma Gandhi ने कहा, ग्राम राज्य के बिना राम राज्य अधूरा है. He said, Rama Rajya is incomplete without Grama Raj. So this has to be understood, and the Skill Development Ministry, along with other ministries, Rural Development Ministry and other ministries, should focus more and more on upgrading the skills of the rural people also. As I said, urbanization is moving faster. Migration is taking place. Even I have migrated from rural development to urban development. I was minister in rural development earlier, during Vajpayee's period. Later I became urban development minister. I asked my friends, why ye kya hai? So they said, probably because more and people of rural area are coming to urban area, you are supposed to take care of them. That's why you are made minister of urban development. That's a past story. My point, what I am trying to say is, my dear friends, I am not talking to you only here. I am talking to the country. This is all going on now across the country. I would urge upon all the people, all the stakeholders, central government, state government, local bodies, municipalities, panchayats, and private sector organizations also, they should also focus equally on training, skilling the rural youth of the country. That is also very much required. I am happy to learn the ministry has done a skill gap assessment of most of the states. This will help the trainees in training institutions to make choice of training courses accordingly. I believe that similar exercises to study global skill gaps is being undertaken. As we aspire to exploit the job prospects in global market for our skilled manpower, our training modules should be comparable with global benchmarks. With the mass expansion of training facilities, there is also a need to ensure quality of training. Availability of quality training, infrastructure, quality faculty, and state-of-the-art curriculum also is need of the hour. Also, we have to increase the placement, self-employment after the training. It is essential that after the training, the placement should be facilitated, or trainees should be guided to set up their own enterprise. I can share with you my own experience. Dharmendra ji also visited. We have made an experiment of Swarna Bharat in Nellore, in Hyderabad, in Vijayawada, a voluntary organization not taking funds from the government, but doing skilling. TV, refrigerator, air condition, motor mechanism, electrician, plumber, and then tailoring, embroidery. All these skills are being, and students from Orissa, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu are coming to Andhra Pradesh for this training of 3 months. And after that, my daughter told me the placement is 85 to 90%. So there is a demand for skilled force in the country. You can't get an electrician, you can't get a plumber, you can't get a carpenter immediately. Even if you are a politician, you have to use your influence. That is the situation because population is huge, demand is huge, development is spreading, things are changing, building construction is going up. Keeping all these things in mind, you have to skill people. And moreover, we have to create and change the mindset of the people that people should not run only for white-collar job, the government job. Government, how can government provide jobs to all? Is it possible? Of course, people in politics, they'll be saying, no, we'll provide and all. But it's not possible for any party or any this thing. But best thing is self-employment, empowerment. That's why I always say education is not only for employment. Education is for enhancement of knowledge. Education is for also empowerment. Education is for employment also. This has to be understood by all. And secondly, any job is a good job. It's a respectable job. Unfortunately, some of the jobs, as I told you, the skilled ones in our country are connected to caste system, which has no relevance today. This is that job of that person, this person and all. Every job is a noble job. It's a mission. Job is for mission, not for commission. And we should not do any omission or give any remission. We should take as a fashion and then go forward. Then only you will be able to, then only you will be able to enjoy that job. Electrician is a respectable job. Carpenter is a respectable job. We are also seeing a lot of other activities. See these new skills, how these things are created. So we have to encourage and give them respectability to those professions. All professions should be given respectability. So यह आवश्यक है पाठ्यक्रम समाप्त करने के बाद युवाओं को रोजगार प्राप्त हुआ, उन्होंने स्वरोजगार स्थापित करने के सहायता भी दी जाए। प्रशिक्षण के बाद का मार्गदर्शन और सहायता भी आवश्यक है। सरकार के द्वारा प्रारंभ की गई मुद्रा योजना की सफलता यह दिखाती है कि देश में स्थानीय स्तर पर उद्यम लगाने के अपार संभावना है। पिछले 4 वर्षों में 15 करोड़ लोगों का मुद्रा ऋण दिया गया है, जिसमें लगभग 30% ऐसी नए उद्यमी है जिन्होंने पहली बार बैंक ऋण प्राप्त किया है। मैं आशा करूंगा कि प्रशिक्षण के दौरान युवाओं का वित्तीय सहायता के लिए सरकारी कार्यक्रम और नीतियों का विषय में भी बताया जाए। And today that is happening. The Prime Minister has given a 3-line advice to all the people. One, he said reform, perform and transform. Transform, transformation of the nation, transforming the lives of the people. So that should be our attitude and that should be our focus. And that's why all these new schemes, Janadhana, Aadhar, DBT, Mudra, so many schemes are coming only keeping that in mind to help all the people, reaching the unreached, funding the unfunded, recognizing the unrecognized. This Janadhana Yojana, opening bank accounts, is a really massive exercise in empowering people for inclusive growth of the country. Then I remember I was a minister at that time and PM said that bank accounts have to be open to all. We said, sir, we will complete it during our tenure. PM said, our tenure? I said, 50 साल में जो नहीं हो पाया, उसको 5 साल में पूरा करें तो अच्छा होगा. उन्होंने कहा नहीं, जल्दी होना चाहिए. Prime Minister is Prime Minister. Everybody kept quiet. And I can tell you today, most of you know, within 16 months, 36 crore people have opened bank account. That is the way people, if you motivate proper, they will do. 36 crore bank accounts opened by the same people, same bank employees. No OT. Everybody has done their duty. OT means overtime allowance. Within their duty, they have done this. 36 crore people. इस देश में पेसिमिस्ट का कोई कमी नहीं है। कुछ लोग ऐसे समय भी कह रहे हैं, मतलब क्या है सर, बैंक अकाउंट खोलने में मतलब क्या है? पैसा नहीं है तो बैंक अकाउंट खोल के करना क्या? बैंक अकाउंट खोलना कितना महत्व है उन लोगों को 2016 नवंबर 8 तारीख शाम को 7 बजे समझ में आया। प्रधानमंत्री का भाषण सुना तो लोग पूछने लगे अपना ड्राइवर से, अपना कुक से, अपना असिस्टेंट से, अपना पीए से, अरे आपके पास तो बैंक अकाउंट है ना, मैं कुछ दिन के लिए उसमें रख सकता हूं क्या? दिस इज द रियलिटी। If you want to empower people, you not only have to upgrade the skills, you need to give them also financial assistance, support. Credit system also is equally important. Skill Development Ministry and Finance Ministry, they must work together. Or the people who have been given this upgradation of skills, you need to give them financial support. This Mudra Yojana is one of the best schemes that way. If it is implemented properly and effectively, it will really help to change the life of many people. It is changing already the life of the people who have properly utilized it. Similarly, there are other things also. Whatever government funding, government help is there, that should reach people directly. That's why the new idea of skilling, direct benefit transfer. पैसा दिल्ली से अकाउंट में डाले, आपका घर में आके आपका अकाउंट में पहुंचे. There should not be any need to go and stand in line. Everything should go online. That should be the main line of the country. You have to understand, the future of the country is like this. It should be. And otherwise, going and standing in line before the taluk office, collector office, register office, standing in line, waiting in the line, going and meeting the person, greeting the person, shaking hands and doing something in between hands, this should not happen. If this should not happen, means you have to upgrade the skills and provide. Digital transformation is taking place in a big way in the country. Digital. 250,000 villages are going to be laid with optical fiber. So this is the change that is happening. If you really upgrade, because there is a population of, as I told you, 65% below 35 years, and then we are an aspirational India, young India, and if you skill them, and then you provide them opportunities and economic support, India can become a powerful nation. And growth should not be confined to cities, confined to few five-star hotels or restaurants or to few highways and all. It should be spread across the country. It has to be inclusive. Everybody should feel, bhai, mujhe bhi kuch hai isme. Every stakeholder must feel that I also have a stake in the development of the country. मैं भी इसमें भागीदारी हूँ, ऐसा भावना होना चाहिए. इसके लिए पूरा inclusive growth, that is the only way. So we have to focus on that. I'm sure, my dear young friends, India is poised for a big transition. Youth are the agents of this transformation. I call upon each one of you to use the available programs and expand opportunities. India is transforming and reinventing itself rapidly, inspired by the Prime Minister's call to reform, perform and transform. I urge each one of the youth to keep learning and improve your skills. Be lifelong learners. We should work as Team India to build a stronger India, a more developed India, an India that is capable of defending itself against the hostile forces and disruptive designs like we have demonstrated a few days ago in fitting response to our neighbors' inaction to check our raising the tide of cross-border terrorism. Our fight is against terror in all its manifestations, not against any religion. As our External Affairs Minister, Sushma Swaraj, made it clear in her address at the OSCE meeting, the world, and especially Southeast Asia, has numerous problems like poverty, illiteracy, unemployment, and low employability skills. We should wage a war against these challenges rather than divert our scarce resources to combat the forces of terror and conflict. We have to encourage countries to skill people. We have to encourage countries to skill people, not to kill people. Our neighbor is doing it. We should see to it that we engage ourselves in skilling the people, not in killing the people. Our neighbor is aiding, abetting, funding, training terrorists. They are not able to understand the damage they are doing to the humanity and also to themselves. India wants to be friendly with all countries, with all neighbors. Sarve jana sukhino bhavantu vasudaika kutumbakam. The entire world is one family. That is the philosophy of India. We never attacked any country. Once upon a time we were known as Viswa Guru. Students from across the globe, they used to come to Nalanda, Takshashila, Pushpagiri. It was written by even Pahian, Yuan Song, Chinese historians. But we never attacked any country. All other Tam, Dick and Harry came and attacked us, ruled us, ruined us, looted us, cheated our minds also. You know the history, I need not explain it. But that is the history of this country. We never attack anybody. But if somebody wants to do something mischief, we have to answer them. And for that, the country has to be united totally. We should all feel that we are one nation. We are one people. Irrespective of caste, creed, sex, religion, and region, India is one nation, one people, one country. That approach has to be there among all the people. We have to build a global consensus to focus on development and eradicate the storage of terrorism. We cannot allow countries to encourage, even turn a blind eye to terror. We cannot allow safe havens and training camps to proliferate and apparatus of hatred and destruction. मित्रों, आज भारत 130 करोड़ आशाओं और अपेक्षाओं को संभावनाओं का देश है। यह नए अवसरों का देश है। यह कौशल भवन उस संभावनाओं को और अवसरों का केंद्र होगा। मैं आशा करता हूं कि यह भवन राष्ट्रीय कौशल विकास मिशन की सफलता का स्मारक होगा, ऐसा मुझे विश्वास है। अपने वक्तव्य का अंत में राष्ट्र कवि मैथिली शरण गुप्ता जी का कविता से करूंगा, जिसमें हमारा युवाओं के लिए अमर संदेश है। नर होना निराश कर मन को, कुछ काम करो, जग में रहकर निज काम करो। आपको आपके भावी सफलताओं के लिए मेरी शुभकामना सबके लिए। जय हिंद।
Thank you, Honorable Vice President, for your words of guidance, motivation and wisdom. आज़ादी के इतने सालों में जो नहीं हुआ वो इस सरकार ने पिछले 4 सालों में कर दिखाया है, क्योंकि इस मंत्रालय ने पिछले 4 सालों में ही कौशल विकास का एक ऐसा इकोसिस्टम देश में तैयार कर दिया है कि आने वाले वक्त में